All right, guys, we are now live on YouTube. We'll be streaming our scanners. These are trade idea scanners. We'll be going over what hits the scanners. We'll be going over some information, my trades. We'll give you information of my trades real time. So if you want to listen in on that, you can. And this is not buy and sell alerts. This is day trading education. This is me going over my process to help others. So this is something that I do every day live in our Discord voice channel from 7 a.m. Eastern to about 10 a.m. Eastern every day. So if you want to join in, bullishboblive.com. We'll share this link in our chat. And for those of you in our Discord listening in, if you want to share this link, you're more than welcome to. We'll get it in the chat in just a minute. No position for myself at this time. No trades yet today, guys.
Good morning. 7:30 pre-market update for you on this Friday. All major indexes slightly in the red with the futures. Start with the S&P 500 futures down 0.14% to 5,503.50. Dow futures down 0.44% to 40,084. NASDAQ futures down slightly as well, down 0.15% to 19,293.25. The Russell 2000 futures are down 0.80% to 1,948.70. Gold, after nice rally yesterday, down a little, down 1.2% to $3,308.30 an ounce. And crude oil this Friday morning down 1.29% to $61.98 a barrel. There's your pre-market update with 2 hours till the open on this Friday, April 25th.
All right, guys, our job is to stay patient and disciplined, trading low float, high momentum type of stocks, low float stocks here, high volume, and looking to focus on risk mitigation, number one, of course. So far this morning, our gap list is a bit thin, and we see some cheaper stocks hitting OMEX, SES, OLB, and AREB. Watching for possible trades, but notes in chat. These are lower quality type of setups. Just want to be aware of that. No position for myself. Will shout if I see anything that's worth trading.
PONY, that is Pony AI Incorporated. They and Tencent Cloud have announced a strategic partnership to advance autonomous driving technology and robo-taxi commercial deployment. Pony shares up 8.98% pre-market to $8.20 a share. That is Papa Oscar November Yankee, PONY. GILD, we're seeing Gilead Sciences shares down this pre-market, down 3.88% to $102.03 a share. And they're trading lower after the company reported worse than expected Q1 sales results and cut its FY25 EPS guidance. Also, or check that, I'm sorry, that's Golf India Lima Delta GILD. Also CLS Celestica Incorporated down 4.49% pre-market to $88 a share, and they're trading lower after the company issued Q2.
PONY getting a small pop, showing a large float. PONY, that is a large float. No position for myself at this time.
After the better than expected Q1 financial results, Alphabet shares up 4.36% pre-market to $168.51 a share. That is Golf Oscar Golf GOOG.
Ticker PONY showing a 204 million share float. No position for myself at the time. Getting a small pop here in our pre-market session. That's PONY.
Pony.
SAIA, that is SAIA Incorporated, they're down 11.1% pre-market to $315 a share after missing both EPS and sales estimates for their Q1 earnings. That is Sierra
Pony.
Alpha India Alpha,
Pony.
SAIA.
Pony.
Ticker PONY getting a pop to 885. That's PONY.
Earnings just out
Pony.
at 734.
This is showing
2 or 3 minutes ago.
Large float on PONY, guys. We'll be sitting out of this one myself. Doesn't mean there's
Pony.
not a trade to be had here, but just not feeling it right now. Showing
Pony.
a large float, just over 200 million share float. That's PONY getting a pop to pre-market
Pony.
highs around 885.
Pony. 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 Pony.
YMAB, that's YMABS Therapeutics. They've announced that their first patient has been dosed in the phase 1 clinical trial evaluating CD38-SAD.
Find it for scanner alerts.
Targeted
Ticker
radioimmunotherapy in relapse refractory non-Hodgkin
PLRZ.
lymphoma. Shares down slightly pre-market, down 0.24%. It's $4.12 a share. That's Yankee Mike Alpha Bravo, YMAB.
PLRZ chart is in chat. Feel free to compare your levels to mine. PLRZ. PLRZ news is in chat. Seeing a penny stock. PLRZ getting a pop here. PLRZ popping and testing highs 45 cents. That's PLRZ testing highs 45 cents.
PLRZ.
PLRZ testing highs now 45 cents. And seeing some volume coming into PLRZ following news. News is in chat if you need it for PLRZ. And now spiking 49 cents. PLRZ new highs 49 cents. That's PLRZ. On our Find It First scanner from 43 cents, now hitting highs 49 cents. That's PLRZ. PLRZ testing new highs at 50 cents. That's PLRZ. New highs at 50 cents.
pony, 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 pony,
OMEX.
No position for myself at this time. We'll sit out of PLRZ. No position. Seeing PLRZ hitting
XEL,
highs,
that's
49 cents.
Excel
pulling back to
Energy.
40 cents.
Shares
No
up
position for
slightly,
myself at this time.
1.79%, pre-market to $71.55. Wells Fargo has reaffirmed their buy rating on Excel Energy. That is X-Ray Echo Lima, XEL.
And no position for myself. Just will remain patient here, guys. The scanners will identify where's the value in this market. Right now, we're not hearing too much on the scanner. That means there's not a lot of value in the market at this time. So want to be patient and stay disciplined to my strategy. No position for myself.
OMEX.
Major red flag spotted.
Ticker SGMA on the scanners. That's SGMA. Ticker SGMA getting a very low volume pop. We'll get a chart in chat. SGMA. SGMA charts in chat. Low volume pop here for SGMA. And showing a 5 million share float for SGMA. Still low volume, no position for myself at this time. And not seeing any news at this time either, guys. So small pop here. Key level for SGMA will be, let's see, 164 and 179. 164, 179 key levels for SGMA. We'll have to close above these levels for confirmation and continuation. Set alerts below are key levels to better assess conditions before entering. No position for myself at this time. And number one rule for myself, guys, no volume, no trade. It's a very simple rule, and just want to stick to that. So looking for volume before trading, want to make sure I'm not jumping in just because of a hunch or an opinion or whatever it may be. I leave that at the door when I start trading, guys. What's most important is my technical breakouts. We have indicators that will aid in entry and exit. From there, it's on me to stay disciplined and patient for my setup. So staying disciplined here, waiting for that setup, being patient, and looking for a high-quality setup this morning.
ABBV. AbbVie has
OMEX.
recorded their Q1 adjusted EPS of $2.46, beating the $2.38 estimate. Also, their sales of $13.34 billion beat the $12.92.
Ticker OMEX is testing resistance at 120. That's OMEX testing resistance at 120. Recent highs shown at 137. That's OMEX testing highs and resistance.
Pony. Pony.
Ticker AREB getting a small pop. That's AREB. The high today is 474 for AREB. Seeing low volume here, no position.
AREB.
PLRZ, that is Polyrizon Limited. They have announced preliminary safety study for a formulation of its PL-14 allergy blocker conducted on fully differentiated human nasal tissue using the nuclear
AREB.
model. And the study demonstrated strong local tolerability. Shares up 2.29% pre-market to 35 cents a share. That is Papa Lima Romeo Zulu PLRZ.
Ticker AREB testing near pre-market highs. 474 was the pre-market high. Watching here for possible setup. This will be high risk. If trading AREB, we'll trade smaller size and use my cushion on the week to do so. Watching here, no position for myself. AREB testing resistance at 469 and $5.
Via the EMSC, there is reports of a magnitude 6.3 earthquake striking near the coast of the Ecuador region.
Guys, we've got about 10 minutes until late prints, 8 a.m. late prints. Keep an eye on the level 2 data or the TradingView charts. They have eliminated those late prints, which is really great for us traders. They were pretty frustrating years before, guys. We used to deal with late prints all the time, and they were just wonky charts. But the scanners may alert often around 8 a.m. to 8:15. Sometimes those are late prints. Just pull up the chart, look at the level 2 data, or look at the volume. and see if it's
OMEX.
accurate. No position for myself at this time, and just being patient for my setup. It is Friday, guys. Our weekly educational newsletter will be out today at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, so be checking your emails after 4 p.m. Eastern
That
Time.
is
We'll get that out.
AT&T.
And
Barclays has raised their price target on the stock from 20.
we're going to have a live red to green traders workshop, not this Saturday, but a week from Saturday. So not this weekend, but the following weekend. So if you guys want to get in on that, bullishboblive.com, join our Discord. You guys will have access to those live sessions. We're going to do a red to green live session. We had one a few weeks ago, and it was a really great session. So we're going to do that again and focus on just good habits, right? Just good habits as traders, common pitfalls that we've all dealt with, and really just talk with each other and explain, what we're dealing with and what's our biggest issues. And we'll go over exactly ways of how I found to fix that, and you guys can express that as well. But that'll be a week from Saturday. We'll have a live class, red to green traders workshop.
ALK, that is Alaska Air Group. Shares are down 9.98%. It's $41.51. Barclays has cut their price target on the stock to $55 from $62.
AREB.
Alpha Lima Kilo ALK.
Yeah, guys, you can set the date there. May 3rd is
SAIA, that is SAIA Incorporated. Shares continue to fall. Premarket down
in chat
0.7% to $302.20 a share, as they reported a Q1 EPS of $1.86, missing the $2.77 estimate, and also sales of $787.58 million, missing the $810.94 million estimate. That is Sierra Alpha India Alpha SAIA.
5 minutes remaining until the 8 a.m. late prints.
CMND,
Monitor the
Claremont
bid
Medicine
and ask
files
prices
international
closely for
patent
the most
application
accurate
for
pricing
novel treatment of
information.
anorexia, bulimia, and other eating disorders. That's Charlie Michael November Delta, CMND.
Ticker AREB is testing resistance. That's AREB, watching here for a possible setup.
Shares of AbbVie off the highest now, 186.75, up more than
AREB testing
$6
resistance.
following their
Again,
earnings
guys, can't
report.
stress this
Alpha
enough.
Bravo
This
Bravo
will be
Victor.
a lower quality type of setup. If trading AREB will mitigate risk by trading smaller size and will adjust my stop level. Mental stops here in the pre-market session coming into today's session.
OMEX.
A cushion built up on the week. I'm green on the week, and the goal is to protect that profit. So we'll be trading smaller size if trading a lower quality type of setup, such as AREB. Watching here. Seeing ticker OMEX testing resistance around 120 with seeing low volume here as well. That's OMEX testing resistance at 120. The high today was 137. That's OMEX. No position for myself at this time. And guys, so far, a very slow pre-market session, right? No trades for me yet today. That's okay. We want to make sure we're focused on our strategy. Last thing I want to do is start board trading, right? We do not want to let emotions take over when we're trading. So focused here. This is low flow trading and momentum trading. So looking for high quality type of setups. If trading a low quality type of setup, will mitigate risk by trading smaller size and adjusting my stop level, or can always choose to avoid. So I'm green on the week, so looking to retain profit. That is a position as well. AREB testing resistance 469. Would like to see it close over 469 for a possible move to $5. However, we do have recent resistance through $20 on AREB. So again, expecting that choppy price action. So we'll mitigate risk by trading a smaller size and adjusting my stop level, or we'll choose to avoid. AREB, OMEX, both of these are in the same field here. OMEX. What I don't like about OMEX for those listening on YouTube is that it started under $1. Any stock that starts under $1, whether it be today or yesterday, I look at that as a red flag as well. However, OMEX is on watch for continuation today if we can close over that 135 and 139 level. So we do have key levels out for OMEX. So despite my thoughts there and despite the fact that I do see a red flag, doesn't mean it won't continue. So that means if trading OMEX, I just will mitigate the risk by trading a smaller size and adjusting my stop level. In other words, it's just not my A-plus setup. So just want to keep that in mind when trading. So really, as a trader, guys, what I'm really doing and what I really am is just a risk assessor, right? I'm just assessing the risk. So before I take a trade, I have to assess that risk, assess the risk. And if the risk doesn't meet my requirements, then I just sit out. So it's really simple. It's a simple strategy. It's harder to follow because, of course, it requires discipline and patience. And I think those are the two hardest points of trading anyways. But just want to remain patient here, guys. No position. And we've got about 30 seconds until 8 a.m. 8 a.m. we'll have those late prints. As I mentioned before, 8 to 8:15 late prints. Keep an eye on the level 2 data or on your TradingView charts. No position for myself at this time. 15 seconds now until 8 a.m. late prints.
AREX.
Major red flag
AREB.
spotted.
AREB.
Find it for
TMD.
scanner alert.
MOGA.
Find it for
MBOT.
scanner alert.
$1.75.
FFAI.
Mike Alaska
MBOT.
Golf Alpha.
TSLA Major red flag new spotted. lows.
Duo.
FFAI. RZLV.
And our scanners will identify where's the value. In this market.
AZTR.
Sit back and
SES.
Gentex reporting, GNTX
CGC.
reporting 42 cents.
No position. These are
The
late
estimate
prints.
NVDA.
On these
42
late
cents.
prints.
That's in line for Golf November Tango X-Ray. Sales of 576 million. The estimate was 571 million. That's a beat for GNTX.
Ticker
SPY.
SPY new
Spy.
highs.
SPY.
Ticker TSLA new highs.
No position for myself at this time. Seeing a small pop on RZLV. Make sure I get that ticker right. RZLV getting a small pop here. Very low volume. No position. We'll get a chart in chat. RZLV chart is in chat. Feel free to compare your levels to mine. Seeing low volume there. GREE on the scanners. That's GREE on the scanners. Getting a pop. GREE. Getting a chart out for GREE. GREE. GREE is in chat. Feel free to compare your levels to mine on GREE. Getting a small pop here and seeing some news. We'll share the news headline in chat. News headline is in chat for GREE and just seeing a Form 4 here. So SEC filing Form 4 for GREE. Getting a small pop following that filing there, but seeing that this is a cheap stock under $1 and showing low volume at this time, 8,000 shares on this candle. No position for myself at this time. GREE charts in chat. GREE will have to close over 104 and 108 and 110. Cluster of resistance. We have a cluster of resistance there on GREE. We'll have to close over that cluster. 104, 108, and 110. Key levels are in chat. Make sure to set alerts below key levels. And of course, we want to see volume paired with that. So GREE, worth watching if we can get volume and a close over our key levels of 104, 108, and 110 cluster of resistance. No position for myself at this time. Can hear that the scanners are pretty quiet right now. That means there's not a lot of value in the market. That's okay. Just want to be patient and disciplined and wait for that that value to show up. So watching here, no position.
AVTE.
OMEX.
Ticker OMEX getting a small pop here. That's OMEX. OMEX getting a small pop. Watching OMEX for a possible trade. We'll have to stay above 117.
VYNE, Vine Therapeutics.
High risk trade on OMEX.
Says FDA
In OMEX,
verbally informed
small
company that
size.
it placed a clinical
We'll take
hold
profit quick when we
on
start to pop.
It's phase 2,
OMEX
1B
in
study
small size
evaluating
here.
VYN202
These
to
stay
treat
above
moderate to severe
118. We
plaque
start to come under
psoriasis.
118.
That's
I will cut.
VYNE.
SWDCF.
for OMEX. We'll take profit quick, guys. Not expecting much out of this. Expecting choppy price action. Trading smaller size. OMEX in small size. Getting a small pop here. And holding. If we start to pull back under 118, I will cut. And we'll sell fast if we start to pop.
WKC,
here.
World Connect,
Holding.
naming a new COO, Whiskey Kilo Charlie.
Holding a lotto. OMEX. Looking to take profit.
Find it first
ACRV.
scanner alert.
And taking some profit as we pop here. OMEX looking to get filled here if we start to break 126. And currently sitting flat on this trade. OMEX under 119, I will cut. No exceptions. Finger on the sell hotkey. Start to break 126, we'll take some profit. And taking some profit on OMEX. Testing 126 again here. Out 50% OMEX. Taking more profit. Out 75%. Out 75% OMEX. Taking profit. And looking for a pop here. There we go. Out 90%, 128. Out 90%, quick scalp, OMEX, just over 4% on this trade. And holding. If you're green, not a bad idea to lock in profit. 128 highs on this candle. That's OMEX out 90%, holding a small lotto here. Just a quick scalp, guys, and that's what I'm expecting here. Now holding a lotto in case we get continuation. However, not expecting much. This is a high-risk type of setup. So if we get it, great, icing on the cake. If not, that's okay. We'll remain green. Popping here over 4% again on this trade. If you're green, not a bad idea to lock in profit. That's OMEX. Hitting 130 now for OMEX. 130. Anything under 123, I will cut. 122, 123 acting as support now. Still over 4% on this trade. If you're green, not a bad idea to lock in profit. That's OMEX. Still holding. OMEX still holding. About 90%. I will remain green on this trade. Anything under 122, I will cut. No exceptions. That's OMEX. 130 is the candle high here. The pre-market high is 137. We are testing below pre-market highs. 135 to 139 acting as resistance for OMEX. And seeing it is becoming exhausted here. OMEX is becoming exhausted. If I start to see a pullback, we'll exit. At this point, needs to stay above 124. Still green on this position. Still holding. If you're green, not a bad idea to lock in profit. Finger on the sell hotkey here. On OMEX, still holding. Finger on the sell hotkey. If we start to come under 124, I will cut. 124, 123 is my cutoff. That's OMEX. Finger on the sell hotkey will remain green on this trade. Finger on the sell hotkey, OMEX, holding a lotto here. I'm out 90%. I have secured profit. Still holding OMEX, still green. If you're green, not a bad idea to lock in profit. Still over 3% on this trade. Was over 4% top of this move. And just taking a quick scalp, guys. This is where the value is at this time. Doesn't mean it's going to be the only value in the market, so we'll listen to the scanners to identify where is the value. Right now, OMEX is the stock with volume here anyways. Finger on the sell hotkey, OMEX. If we start to come under 124, I will cut. No exceptions. 124 is my cutoff. Will remain green on this trade. 124 is my cutoff. Still holding. OMEX still holding. Just holding a lotto here, guys. Under 124, I will cut. No exceptions. Testing our 124 support. Now bouncing off of that support. Testing highs again around 130. This is recent highs. The high this morning was 137. That's OMEX. Under 125, I will cut. So as the price gaps up, so does my stop. Under 125, I will cut. No exceptions. If you're green, not a bad idea to lock in profit. Still holding. And spiking here on the lotto now. Spiking 7%.
OMEX. 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 OMEX.
And spiking here,
OMEX.
guys.
OMEX. OMEX. OMEX.
And taking more profit out
OMEX.
95%.
OMEX.
Up
OMEX.
9% on this trade. If you're green, not a bad idea to lock in
OMEX.
profit. 9% OMEX.
OMEX. OMEX. OMEX. OMEX.
OMEX spiking now. 135. Love it. 127 is the cutoff now.
OMEX.
I'm out 95%, taking more profit, hitting resistance 135 to 139.
OMEX.
Testing
OMEX.
highs 136.
OMEX.
Over 10% of this trade. If you're green, not a bad idea to lock in
OMEX.
profit.
OMEX.
And
OMEX.
hitting our 137. That's our pre-market high. Need to stay above 130. Anything under 130 is considered bearish momentum. That's OMEX. OMEX is testing highs 137. Locked in profit will remain green, out 95%. OMEX has to stay above 130. Anything below 130 is
MSTR,
considered bearish
MicroStrategy,
momentum.
moving high with Bitcoin, 356.16. That's Michael Sandy Tango Romeo. OMEX, Odyssey Marine, shares moving back towards the pre-market high now, $1.36 after President Trump yesterday
ACRV.
signed an executive order on deep sea mining.
Ticker OMEX testing highs 137.
That's Oscar Michael Echo X-ray.
ACRV on the scanners. ACRV seeing low volume. ACRV will get a chart in chat for ACRV.
OMEX.
ACRV
OMEX.
charts in chat. OMEX testing highs. Now needs to stay above
OMEX.
132. Anything under 132 I will cut. Holding a lotto on OMEX. I am out 95% and will remain green. 132 is my cutoff. Under 132 is considered bearish momentum for OMEX. Anything under 132 is considered bearish. ACRV getting a pop to, near highs, 247, has recent resistance. Recent resistance through $5.
ACRV.
ACRV does have news. News is in chat for ACRV.
ACRV.
ACRV, ACRV,
ACRV
ACRV,
getting a pop now.
ACRV,
And testing highs. ACRV.
ACRV, OMEX,
OMEX is testing highs now. Still holding. OMEX still holding. Hitting highs 137 at OMEX. New highs 137. Still holding. Under 133 is bearish. Anything under 132 I will cut. Still holding. OMEX.
ACRV, 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 ACRV,
264. Charts in chat. News is in
OMEX,
chat as well.
OMEX, ACRV, OMEX, OMEX,
Getting volume now at highs.
ACRV,
OMEX.
ACRV, OMEX,
And finger on the sell hotkey. OMEX under 132 I will cut.
ACRV, ACRV, ACRV,
holding on
ACRV,
OMEX.
ACRVs,
ACRV seeing a bullish vertical trend. Red flag.
ACRV,
Seeing a bullish vertical trend. That is a red flag.
Pony,
No position on ACRV. OMEX testing 132. I will cut my lotto if we come under 132 for OMEX. Watching here.
ACRV,
ACRV testing highs 274.
ACRV, 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 ACRV,
OMEX,
ACRV, ACRV,
All out OMEX. No position for myself at this time. All out. No position.
OMEX,
Major red flag spotted.
ACRV.
ACRV testing highs 279 with a bullish vertical trend. No position for myself. And we'll put a note in chat for the key level to watch for OMEX now. Green on OMEX, and we'll retain that profit. Needs to close over 136. We've got, let's see, 136 and 139 and 147 and 150. I know it sounds like a lot, guys. That is a cluster of resistance, so expecting choppy price action. Really just seeing a number of red flags, OMEX. So if trading OMEX, I will mitigate risk by trading smaller size. No position for myself at this time.
ACRV,
Major red flag spotted.
ACRV pulling back from the highs there. And seeing recent resistance, ACRV, all the way through 575. So I want to keep that in mind. ACRV.
ACRV,
Highs now 279.
ACRV,
ACRV testing highs 279 following news this morning. No position for myself at this time.
Pony, Pony,
Anything under 250 is considered bearish momentum for ACRV. No position for myself at this time.
Pony,
And just putting a note in chat, ACRV seeing recent resistance through 575.
OMEX.
And we'll adjust or avoid. That is for ACRV. Notes in
ACRV.
chat.
Major red flag spotted.
Position for myself at this time. Green on the day. OMEX
Pony.
is the first and only trade for myself so far. Looking for another setup here. No position.
CEP, CF acquisition, share is moving here. Charlie Echo Papa.
ACRV,
ACRV.
ACRV,
Major red flag spotted.
CEP shares moving. Cantor Equity Partners shares moving higher ahead of planned merger with Bitcoin Company 21. That's Charlie Echo Papa.
And seeing ACRV pulling back from highs, hit a high this morning,
Tony.
279, and was extended. Now pulling back 242.
Tony,
Worth watching if we can close over 274 for a high risk type of setup. That's going to be ACRV. We'll put a note in chat.
Halt scanner alert.
And just a quick note there in chat, guys, for anyone who's watching, ACRV for continuation will have to close over 274, 297, and $3. A cluster of resistance, expecting choppy price action on ACRV. As I mentioned earlier, we do have resistance through $5. And this is just on the Trend IQ, guys. So we have an indicator that will immediately let us know where the recent resistance is and whether or not it's a high quality trade or a low quality type setup. ACRV listed as a lower quality type of setup doesn't mean it won't provide
Chinese
a
embassy
high quality type
headline
of result. Just
says
means that we want to make sure that we are aware of those conditions before trading. That way we can mitigate the risk by trading smaller size or adjusting our size and stop levels. No position for myself at this time.
Chinese embassy said U.S. should stop creating confusion. Says not China and U.S. not having any talks on tariffs. S&P futures seeing a little dip on that headline, then recovering a bit.
OMEX is pulling back here, 124. This is the only stock traded so far for me today. Was a lower quality
OMEX.
type of setup on OMEX. and traded this one to the highs there, 137. Looking for it to close over 136 and 139 for continuation. Will be high risk. If trading OMEX, will mitigate risk by trading smaller size. As I mentioned earlier, guys, started below $1. That is a red flag to my strategy. That, and we do have a cluster of resistance through 150. So expecting choppy price action, and therefore will adjust my size accordingly. No position for myself at this time. And you can hear that the scanners, and that's the thing about our scanners, guys, they're top notch, right? These are trade idea scanners.
Major red flag
What
spotted.
they're doing is identifying where's the value in this market. If you don't hear anything on our scanners, well, there isn't much value right now in the market, right? So it's our job to stay patient for that value to arrive. So once it arrives, it's good to go. But as of now, it is too high risk.
SR Spire announcing Scott Doyle named president and CEO and member of the board of directors. That's Sandy Romeo.
Ticker OMEX getting a small pop mentioned in chat by Kamos. That's OMEX. Getting a small pop here.
OMEX.
That's ticker OMEX getting a small pop. And
Find it for
NAOV.
scanner
guys
alert.
here, NAOV on the scanners. NAOV. That's NAOV microflow. Microflow NAOV getting a small pop. This is from our watch list last night. No position for myself. Getting a small pop. NAOV. This is a micro float. Something to consider. Setting a chart in chat now. NAOV. NAOV charts in chat. Feel free to compare your levels to mine on NAOV. Testing resistance at 680. The high is 685. No position for myself at this time. Watching. And not seeing any news at this time for NAOV. Seeing recent resistance through 16. We'll expect choppy price action. NAOV will be a short squeeze candidate, but will be high risk. We'll put a note in chat. Recent resistance through 16.
COEP, Septis Therapeutics halted for news. Charlie Oscar Echo Papa.
OMEX.
OMEX testing resistance. Mentioned in chat by Kamos. That's OMEX testing resistance here, guys, with volume.
OMEX.
Watching for a possible trade.
OMEX.
Will be high risk. Will trade
OMEX.
smaller size and trade
OMEX.
OMEX. Watching here for possible
OMEX.
sell. Testing resistance 136 and
OMEX.
139. OMEX.
OMEX.
New highs 137. Being
OMEX.
tested.
OMEX.
Watching. At this point, needs to stay above
OMEX.
130.
OMEX. OMEX.
OMEX getting a pop here.
OMEX.
142 on OMEX. If I take this trade, guys, we'll trade with my
OMEX.
cushion from
OMEX.
OMEX this morning.
OMEX.
Watching OMEX for a
OMEX.
possible trade. OMEX. Filling the gap to 139.
OMEX.
That comment from the Chinese embassy on U.S. and
5
China
seconds
not
on this
having
candle,
any
OMEX.
negotiations on tariffs
OMEX.
was
OMEX.
dated
OMEX.
actually Thursday, the 24th.
OMEX.
Said
In OMEX, small size, 130 is
interviewed by
my
a
cutoff.
TV
We'll give it some
station,
room. 130
said
cutoff. That's
none of that is
OMEX.
true. For all I know, China and
In
U.S. are
small
not
size,
having any
we'll start taking profit
consultation
as we pop. OMEX.
or
Seeing a
negotiation on
bullish vertical
tariffs.
trend. This is a red
ACR.
flag.
Major red flag
Expecting
spotted.
it to pull back here a little bit. So if we start to pull back, I will exit my position under 130. If we start to break highs 142, we'll start taking profit. OMEX holding. Cutoff is 130. Anything below 130 I will cut. No exceptions. That's OMEX holding a small size here.
Again, those
OMEX,
comments
finger on the sell
from a
hotkey under
posting on the
130 I
Chinese
will cut.
embassy
No
to
exceptions.
the U.S.
130.
website.
Under 130 I will cut. No exceptions. That's OMEX. Holding OMEX. This is high risk. Will not add to the position. 130 is my cutoff. Anything under 130 I will cut. Holding on OMEX. The highest today is 142. If we start to retest highs 142, we'll start taking profit. That's OMEX. Finger on the sell hotkey under 130 I will cut. No exceptions. 130 is my cutoff. OMEX. So we just filled the gap there to 139, guys, so that is a concern of mine. Under 130 I will cut my position. 130. And just holding a small lotto, using my cushion this morning on OMEX to take this trade. So I had a nice trade earlier on OMEX and just holding that profit, using it to take this trade. OMEX, looking for a break of highs 142 to take some profit, or we'll stop out under 130. Mental stops here in the pre-market session. Under 130 I consider bearish momentum, and we'll stop out. No exceptions. So just want to stick to the strategy here, guys. OMEX under 130 is bearish. Anything under 130 I will cut. That's OMEX holding. Still holding. 130 is my cutoff. No exceptions. Testing resistance now. OMEX. Resistance at 140, then 145, 147, and 150. A cluster of resistance on OMEX holding. 130 is my cutoff. No exceptions. Finger on the sell hotkey, 130. Anything under 130 I will cut. Now 131. Anything under 131 I will cut. That's OMEX. And you can always set alerts and get back in if we get back above these resistance levels. Until then, it has to hold resistance. Previous resistance should act as support. If it can't hold, I will exit my position. OMEX holding here. 130 is my cutoff. Anything below 130 I will cut. We are testing a resistance at 139. Finger on the sell hotkey under 130. Under 130 I will cut. No exceptions. That's OMEX. Now 132, guys. So under 132, if we start to come under 132, there's room for concern. Want to keep it as tight as possible. Holding a small size. OMEX. This is high risk. Under 130 I will cut. No exceptions. 132 is my support. Anything below that is bearish momentum. Looking for this to pop through highs. If we start to break highs again, 142, we'll take some profit or we'll stop out. This is a do or die lotto. Very high risk type of setup. This is not my A+ setup here, guys. So holding OMEX.
COAP, Scepter's
Major red
Holdings,
flag spotted.
branded Z squared and list on the NASDAQ. That's Charlie Oscar Echo Papa. COEP, shares
OMEX,
were
finger on the sell
halted
hotkey under 132.
ahead of that news. Septis and
Testing
Z squared to
132 now.
merge,
Under 132 is bearish. I will
and
stop
Z
out under
squared to become
132.
a subsidiary of
Mental stops here
Septis.
in the
That's
pre-market
Charlie
session.
Oscar
Finger on
Echo
the sell
Papa.
OMEX.
Testing our support. Getting a small
OMEX.
bounce off our support, but we are testing a
OMEX.
cluster of resistance, guys. So be careful here. So don't want to add to aggressive.
OMEX.
OMEX is testing resistance
OMEX.
now.
OMEX.
And getting a small pop. Under
OMEX.
134 I will cut. Moving my stop up. Mental stop.
OMEX.
134. Under 134 I will cut. No exceptions. Finger on the sell hotkey.
OMEX.
OMEX. We are testing a cluster of resistance. We start to
OMEX.
break highs 142. We'll take profit. Struggling here at resistance. That's OMEX. Looking for a pop through 140 to take profit.
OMEX,
Finger on the sell hotkey. If we pull back under currently 134,
OMEX.
anything under 134 I will cut, no exceptions. 134 is my cutoff, OMEX. And we are struggling here at a cluster of resistance, expecting choppy price action at this level. OMEX holding under 134 I will cut, no exceptions. Can always get back in over 140. Holding OMEX here. We start to break highs 142, we'll take some profit, or we'll stop out 134. And finger on the sell hotkey. OMEX is struggling at a cluster of resistance. We have a number of resistance levels just above this price, 139, 145, 147, and 150. So a cluster of resistance on the confirmation support resistance. So expecting choppy price action when trying to get through these resistance levels. Pull back under 135, I will cut. 134, 135 is my cutoff. And not adding to this position just yet. Want to see it over 140 and 150 before adding. Finger on the sell hotkey, testing support now. OMEX testing support. Under 134, I will cut. Finger on the sell hotkey. Still holding here. OMEX still holding. Still holding on OMEX. Finger on the sell hotkey though. So it may get stopped out here, guys. May just have to sell. And we'll set an alert at our key level to watch for a possible close over with volume.
ACRV.
Major
Right now,
red flag
struggling at
spotted.
Resistance. And really just in between support resistance here in OMEX. Still holding. Under 134, I will cut. No exceptions. Under 134. Finger on the sell hotkey. OMEX looking for a pop here. Or we'll stop out under 134. Finger on the sell hotkey, OMEX under 134 I will cut, no exceptions. Looking for a pop through highs. If we start to break highs 142 I will take profit. Under 134 I will cut, no exceptions. 134 is my cutoff. Still holding. OMEX still holding. Finger on the sell hotkey. And again, may get stopped out here, guys. 134 is my cutoff. Anything under 134, I'm going to cut my position. Still holding here. OMEX still holding. And all out on that candle, guys. All out for now. All out. OMEX, all out. No position for myself. And watching here, no position. Still watching on OMEX. Would like to see it back above resistance. Now we want to see it reclaim 137. All out. 137 is my entry. All out. No position for myself. And gave back some profit on this trade, guys. OMEX gave back some profit. Watching here.
OMEX,
Back in OMEX, small size. Back in small size. Same idea. Under 134, I will cut. No exceptions. 134, I will cut my position.
OMEX,
We'll take profit
OMEX,
if we start to break highs. Back in.
OMEX,
There we
OMEX,
go. We're starting to pop here.
OMEX, OMEX,
Looking for a break of 142
OMEX,
to take some
OMEX, OMEX,
Looking for a squeeze through 142 to take some profit. And green on this position, just up 2%, holding. Has to stay above 134, struggling here. Looking for a break of 142 to take profit. Looking for this to squeeze through highs, guys. 142. We have resistance here at 139. And the high today is 142. We are testing resistance now.
OMEX,
If we squeeze through 142, we'll take some
OMEX.
profit.
OMEX, 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 OMEX,
OMEX getting a pop here.
OMEX.
Testing highs 142. And there we go, guys. Taking
OMEX,
profit over 5%
OMEX,
this trade. Quick scalp. OMEX.
OMEX,
And taking my profit.
OMEX, OMEX,
Out 90%. Holding a lotto. Holding a lotto. And made up that loss on OMEX. Red to green on this trade. Now over 6%. If you're green, not a bad idea to lock in profit. Same entry, 137. And now hitting highs 145. Squeeze for a squeeze. OMEX is a low float, high momentum type of stock here. 23 million share float shown on our trade idea scanners. Testing resistance now 147 and 150.
OMEX,
I'm up over 6%.
OMEX,
If you're green,
OMEX.
ASLA new lows.
OMEX.
OMEX, OMEX, OMEX,
SPY new lows.
OMEX, OMEX,
Nice, Kamos. Way to go. Guys, if you're making money in chat, love to see it. Don't be afraid to share it. Love to see when our team's making money. That's awesome, Kamos. Hitting resistance now 147. That's OMEX. Testing resistance 147 and 150 now. And that's the high to 147, guys. But that is on our scanners here. Or excuse me, on our indicators here. And the reason, guys, if anyone's wondering why I'm trading so fast on OMEX, the reason for it is because it started under $1. There's so many red flags here that are basically telling me to be careful before trading. So I'm just adjusting my size and stop level and adjusting my approach. So what I like to do is get in, get green, and get out quick, lock in the profit, hold a lotto. At this point now, I'm up over 7% on that lotto. I hope it continues, right? But because of those red flags, I can't trade based on hopes. Instead, sticking to the strategy is working out for me. Currently up over 7%. If you're green, not a bad idea to lock in profit. That's on OMEX. Now 8%. And this is just a lotto, guys.
OMEX,
Still holding here on
OMEX, ACRV,
Major red flag spotted.
KIT,
Still holding here,
OMEX,
over 8%.
OMEX,
Seeing a bullish
OMEX,
vertical trend.
OMEX,
Seeing a bullish
OMEX,
vertical trend at highs here, guys. 149.
OMEX, OMEX, KIT, KIT,
Here in KITT hitting our scanners. That's KITT showing a 34 million share float.
OMEX, KIT,
And guys, seeing some messages in chat. My apologies. I'm not able to read those messages at this time. I'm just focused on my trading on OMEX. We'll get to those messages as soon as possible. Just bear with me, guys. I just want to focus on my trading here. OMEX is testing highs at 149. Still holding my position on OMEX. At this point, if we come under 143, I will cut. 143 is my cutoff for OMEX. Finger on the sell hotkey. And we'll be able to respond in chat after this trade. OMEX, if we come under let's see, 143, I will cut.
KIT, 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 KIT,
KITT getting a pop. KITT. KITT is showing a little bit higher float than we'd like to see, showing a 34 million share float on trade ideas. That's KITT. Still holding on OMEX. If we start to come under 143, I will cut. KITT, trying to get this chart in chat
KIT,
for our team. And we'll
KIT,
put a note in chat as well. KITT showing a 34 million
KIT,
share float. That is a red
KIT,
flag to my strategy.
KIT,
Just something to consider. Doesn't mean it won't continue.
KIT, KIT,
Just means I will
KIT,
adjust if trading. Not seeing any
KIT,
news at this time for KITT. Still holding on OMEX.
KIT,
Still holding on ticker
KIT,
OMEX. No position on
KIT,
KITT. Still holding here on OMEX. Finger on the sell hotkey though. If we come under, let's see, I've got support around 142. Under 142, I will cut, no exceptions. Now seeing resistance at 150. Getting a pop back to those highs at 149. That's OMEX holding. OMEX
OMEX.
testing highs again. OMEX testing highs again, 149.
BTTR, better choice, cancels previously announced stock dividend. That's Bravo Tango Tango Romeo, BTTR. NNDM and MKFG, Nano Dimension announcing closing of Mark Forge
anything under 143,
acquisition.
142, I will
That's
cut. That's
November,
OMEX.
Delta Michael Kilo Foxtrot Golf.
KIT.
KITT testing highs 138. That's KITT. Finger on the sell hotkey, still green on OMEX. Finger on the sell hotkey here. And all out, OMEX, all out for now. All out for now, no position for myself. All out of all positions, OMEX, all out. And no position for myself at this time. I'm going to check the messages here in chat. KITT hitting highs at 138, showing a larger float, 34 million share float, something to consider. That's KITT getting a pop, no position for myself.
Major red flag spotted.
Respond to the messages here in chat.
KIT. 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 KIT.
Major red
KIT.
flag spotted.
KIT.
Ticker KITT hitting highs 139. That's KITT. And no position for myself at this time.
KIT.
Major red flag spotted.
OMEX. 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 KIT.
KIT,
KITT now has resistance at 139. We'll put a note in chat.
KIT. OMEX. OMEX. OMEX.
Getting a pop now. OMEX.
OMEX. OMEX. OMEX. OMEX. KIT.
Watching OMEX. For a possible
OMEX.
trade here.
OMEX. KIT.
No position for myself at this time.
OMEX.
OMEX testing highs 151.
OMEX. 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 KIT. KIT. OMEX. KIT.
Ticker
KIT.
OMEX is testing highs at
KIT.
152. New highs
OMEX.
152.
OMEX.
KITT testing highs,
OMEX.
new highs 140.
OMEX.
And seeing
KITT,
volume
Nauticus
OMEX.
Robotics
OMEX
popping here. New
and
highs now
KITT.
$1.40.
OMEX.
KIT.
Kilo India Tango
OMEX is on
Tango.
watch for a possible trade.
KITT.
OMEX. KITT testing highs now at 140
Shares up
with resistance at 145 to
cents at the
148.
high.
That's KITT. No position for myself at the time. KITT has volume at highs 142 and testing highs now at 142. That's KITT. No position for myself at this time. KITT is on watch for a high-risk type of setup, close over 139. Have a cluster of resistance from 145 to 160. We'll
KIT.
expect choppy price
KIT.
action. We'll put a note in chat.
KIT. KIT. KIT.
Ticker OMEX is testing resistance at 149 and 150. KITT testing resistance at 145 to 150. A cluster of resistance on KITT. Will expect choppy price action. If trading KITT today, I will mitigate risk by trading smaller size and adjusting my stop level. Seeing a red flag there at the float size listed on Trade Ideas is a 34 million share float for KITT, something to consider. OMEX started under $1. That is a red flag to my strategy as well, so something to consider. So OMEX and KITT, lower quality type of setups here. If trading, will adjust my
KIT.
size.
Major
Stop
red
level.
flag
No
spotted.
position for myself at this time. I'm green on the day, trading OMEX. Ticker OMEX is
OMEX.
on watch. OMEX is on watch here for a possible trade. We'll trade smaller size if trading OMEX. I'm
OMEX.
green on the day and looking to protect
OMEX.
profit. Multiple trades this morning on OMEX. Watching here.
OMEX.
25 seconds on the scale. Testing
OMEX.
highs 152 for OMEX. And
OMEX.
we'll trade with a cushion this morning, so we'll trade smaller size to retain the profit on the week and retain the profit on the day. So hitting some goals this morning, guys. OMEX giving us some nice trades. 10
OMEX,
seconds on this candle. Watching OMEX for a close over
OMEX,
150.
OMEX, kit,
In OMEX, small size, did not quite close over the 150 yet, so we'll take profit quick if we pop here through 152. Did not close over 150 yet, so that's OMEX in. Very high risk here, guys. If we start to pull back under 146, I will stop out. We'll keep it tight. 146 is my cutoff. And trading smaller size to mitigate risk and to stay green on OMEX. If we pull back, I will stop out. Mental stops here. 146 is my stop level. 146. We have not closed over 150 yet. 150 acting as a resistance level. Would like to see it close over 150 for confirmation of that $0.50 test. That's OMEX. Right now struggling to close over 150. Under 146 I will cut. No exceptions. Holding a small lotto here. Will not add aggressive. This is a high risk type of setup. So just want to be aware of those conditions before trading so I can adjust the size and the stop level. OMEX holding, looking for a break of 152 to take profit, or we'll stop out under 146. Mental stops here in the pre-market session. Finger the sell hotkey as we pull back. And I am trading smaller size now that I'm green on OMEX using my cushion this morning. Under 146 I will cut, testing 146 support now. OMEX needs to stay above 146. KITT testing highs at 144.
kit,
OMEX under 146 I will cut. Holding here under 146 I will cut. And if we start to break highs 152 we'll start securing profit. OMEX. KITT testing highs now at 144.
kit,
That's KITT testing highs 144 with volume. KITT. And still holding OMEX. Under 146 I will cut. No exceptions. Under 146 I will cut, guys. OMEX. We start to break highs 152 I will take profit. That's OMEX holding on ticker OMEX. And seeing KITT and OMEX. These are both lower quality type of setups, guys. Just want to make sure that is well aware. Everyone is well aware of that. So conditions here are not exactly A+. Doesn't mean they won't give us a high quality type of setup though. OMEX under 146 I will cut. No exceptions. Under 146 I will cut. OMEX under 146 I will cut. Finger on the sell hotkey. If we start to break highs 152 we'll take more profit. And not adding to this position, just holding. This is a do or die lotto. Under 146 I will cut. Still holding OMEX under 146 I will cut. No exceptions. Want to keep this tight. And we'll remain green. Now getting a pop back near highs. Break of 152 we'll take some profit on OMEX. Break of 152 I will take some profit. So looking for a break of those highs. And struggling here. Under 146 I will cut. No exceptions. 146 is my cutoff. That's OMEX. Testing resistance at 150. And struggling here at 150 resistance. Holding. Finger on the sell hotkey. OMEX under 146. That is it for me. And all out for now. All out OMEX. All out for now. We'll watch for close over 150. All out. So want to keep it as tight as possible, guys. All out. No position for myself at this time. OMEX will be on watch.
Major red flag spotted.
Close over 150. And notes in chat, we'll have to reclaim 150. No position for myself at this time. Watching OMEX for a possible setup here. And all out of all positions, no position. We've got about a minute until 9 a.m. Eastern time. No position for myself.
OMEX,
Major red flag spotted.
All right, guys, now my job is to be patient and stay disciplined to my rules, right? So I want to see KITT will have to close back over 140 to be considered and will be high risk. Seeing that larger float is a concern of mine, so we'll have to mitigate risk by trading smaller size on KITT if trading that setup. Alert set below 139. Anything over 139 is worth watching for a pop. We do have resistance at 145 and a cluster of resistance above. So again, can't stress it enough, guys. Expecting choppy price action on KITT. OMEX is the only stock I've traded so far this morning. I'm green on OMEX, and not every trade has been green, guys. A couple red trades, couple
Find
green
it for
trades.
scanner
I'm letting
alert.
those green trades grow into a nice profit here and getting myself in the green and holding.
TMP, Tompkins,
Seeing, let's see,
improved back with
VSTM on the scanners. VSTM getting a small pop here with low volume. VSTM, we'll get a chart and chat in just a minute. And VSTM showing a 30
reporting their
VSTM.
results,
something to consider.
TMP,
That's
Tango Michael
VSTM.
Papa. $1.37 in earnings for TMP.
And getting a chart out for VSTM.
Find it for
MGRX.
scanner alert.
BHRB, Burke and Herbert, reporting
VSTM charts
share
and
of
chat. Feel free to
buyback
compare your
program,
levels to mine.
announcing their results.
MGRX on the scanners. MGRX. And no position for myself. MGRX popping to 230. Highs at 230. So
Up to
seeing
$50
low
million
volume here on
in
MGRX so far.
shares of BHRB.
MGRX, 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 MGRX,
MGRX getting a pop.
MGRX, MGRX, MGRX,
MGRX getting a pop to highs 274 for MGRX.
MGRX, 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 MGRX,
MGRX.
OMEX,
COEP.
MGRX, we are seeing
Non-GAAP earnings of $1.77 for BHRB.
MGRX, 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 VSTM, MGRX, MGRX, MGRX,
pop here.
MGRX, 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 MGRX,
Purchase agreement with certain individual credit and investors. $75 million private
And
placement.
seeing
That's
MGRX
Victor
was
Sandy
mentioned in
Tango
chat
Michael.
by Kimos this morning. Thank you, Kimos. Appreciate that. MGRX hitting highs now 289 for ticker MGRX. News breakdowns in chat if you need it. Seeing recent resistance through $6 for MGRX.
MGRX,
Major red flag spotted.
HWKN,
Little
Hawkins
seeing
announcing
resistance
acquisition of
through
water
$6
surplus.
on
That's Hotel
MGRX.
Whiskey
This will be a
Kilo
high-risk type of
November.
setup. Just want to be
HWKN.
very careful with that, guys. MGRX, very high-risk type of setup, seeing resistance through $6. If trading MGRX, it will be high risk. We'll adjust my size and stop level accordingly. No position for myself at this time. And loss avoided here.
Kit.
MGRX not taking that trade. Again, if it doesn't fit our rules, guys, if it doesn't fit all the rules to our strategy, we don't have to trade it, right? So we're not sitting here board trading. We're not, getting caught emotionally trading either. So just want to make sure we're focused on our strategy. Volume pops, that's fine. Of course, we love to see volume, but we want to see that technical breakout that we're looking for. MGRX had recent resistance all the way through 6, and that's on our Trend IQ. You can find that on our Trend IQ indicator. All of our indicators are built in-house. You can find them at bullishboblive.com.
MGRX,
Major red flag spotted.
KITT testing resistance. KITT testing resistance. And now testing highs. That's KITT. Expecting choppy price action. Seeing a lot of volume in KITT this morning. KITT testing highs 144. That's ticker KITT. And seeing volume on this move. KITT needs to stay above 136 support. Under 136 is considered bearish momentum. That's KITT. And I'll tell you guys what I like about KITT is the fact that we have recent resistance at 144. Above that, it starts to become a little bit less choppy, I guess you could say. There is a cluster of resistance, so we do expect some choppy price action there, but that is not recent resistance. It's more older resistance, and therefore doesn't hold as much weight. So something to consider. KITT will be on watch for continuation today. However, the float size listed at 34 million share float on Trade Ideas scanners is going to give me a red flag. So that means if I'm trading KITT, I will mitigate risk by trading smaller size. It will be higher risk. Seeing OMEX getting a small pop again. OMEX will be on watch for continuation.
OMEX, kit. OMEX, OMEX, kit.
KITT testing highs now. KITT testing highs.
OMEX.
At 144 with volume. That's KITT testing new highs. 144 with volume.
Kit. OMEX.
Major red flag spotted.
OMEX. OMEX, kit.
KITT getting a pop and testing highs 144.
OMEX.
OMEX getting a pop as well, testing resistance at 150. OMEX, want to see it over 150. We'll trade smaller size of trading OMEX and KITT. Both of these are not my A+ type of setup. KITT testing a cluster of resistance through 152. That's KITT testing a cluster of resistance through 152.
Pony. Pony.
KITT testing a cluster of resistance with volume.
Kit.
OMEX. OMEX.
Major red flag spotted.
Watching OMEX.
OMEX. OMEX.
Watching ticker OMEX here for
OMEX.
OMEX.
OMEX. OMEX. Pony. OMEX. Pony.
Back in OMEX small size. Back in small size has not closed over 150 yet, so this is high risk. 144 is my cutoff. Trading smaller size to mitigate that risk. That's OMEX. We'll take profit as we start to pop. On OMEX, we'll take profit quick as we start to pop, or we'll stop out under support. Seeing support around 144. OMEX testing highs 152. If we start to squeeze, I will take profit quick, guys. Just want to be well aware of that. I will take profit quick if we start to pop here and squeeze through highs 152. Holding a small size, OMEX, holding. Cutoff will be under 145. Under 145, I will cut, no exceptions. That's OMEX, holding. And this is very high risk. Want to keep that in mind. Holding ticker OMEX.
Major red flag spotted.
Break of highs 152 will start taking profit on OMEX.
Pony. Pony. Pony.
OMEX, finger on the sell hotkey.
Pony. 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 Pony.
Still holding on OMEX,
Pony.
still holding.
Pony.
Needs to stay above support here, 145. Anything
Pony.
under 145 is considered bearish. That's OMEX.
Pony.
Still holding
Pony.
OMEX, looking for a break of 152 to take profit here. Now 152 is where I'm looking to take profit. Break of 152.
Pony.
OMEX holding, looking for a break of 152 to take some profit. Or we'll stop out under support. Support sitting around 145. Getting a pop here now, looking for 152. Looking for a test of highs 152 to take some profit on OMEX, holding. And struggling at the 150 resistance. That's OMEX, struggling at 150 resistance. If we start to break 152 highs, I will take profit, guys. 152, or we'll stop out under 145. That's OMEX.
OMEX.
The sell hotkey under 145, I will cut, no exceptions. And we'll sell quick, guys. If we start to gap up, I will sell quick, just so everyone is well aware. So not expecting much. I will sell quick, and we'll hold a lotto in case there's continuation on OMEX. Looking for a retest of 152 to take profit on OMEX, or we'll stop out under support. Support sitting around 145.
SES.
Still holding OMEX. Finger on the sell hotkey if we come under 145. Anything under 145 I will cut, no exceptions.
SPY new
Finger on the sell
lows.
hotkey, OMEX. Under 145 I will cut. Holding OMEX, still holding. And struggling here at our 150.
RTC. Baijuan announcing plans to invest
Still
tens of
holding on
millions of
OMEX,
dollars over
still
5
holding here.
years to build new ecosystem
RDC.
Under 145
for
I will cut,
autism
no exceptions, guys.
rehabilitation.
Under
That
145 I
is
will cut
Romeo
my position.
Tango Charlie.
So keeping
Find it
RTC
first
off.
scanner alert.
Ticker RTC. Penny stock moving. RTC. And finger on the sell hotkey. OMEX still holding. Under 145 I will cut. Holding OMEX here. 145 I will cut. No exceptions. Under 145 I will cut. All out. All out on OMEX. All out for now.
Penny stock getting a
Needs to
pop here
reclaim
now
150,
on
guys. Will
that
be high
press
risk.
release. Romeo Tango Charlie RTC.
And needs to reclaim that 150 level. No position for myself. All out of all positions. And only one stock traded so far today, guys. OMEX. Multiple trades on this one. Some red, some green. And proud to say I'm in the green and profit protection.
RDC.
But small. Nothing crazy here. I had a really nice day yesterday, so was able to carry over my cushion into today's session. However, I do not want to get caught over trading or oversizing on lower quality type of setup. So OMEX is a lower quality type setup, and just being aware of that is helping me mitigate the risk. So want to see OMEX over 150. If it can't hold 150, I can't stay in it. So really needs to stay over that 150 mark for me to stay into the position. So we'll sit out for the moment. No position for myself. And if we start to gap down on OMEX, you can always set your alerts around that 150 level or just below. That way you can assess the conditions before entering your trade. So seeing those lower quality type of conditions on OMEX means I will mitigate the risk by trading smaller size. KITT, getting a small pop again. KITT, getting a small pop and testing your highs. KITT. And no current positions for myself at this time. Kim was mentioned in chat. RTC, cheapo moving. First alerted around 22 cents. That's RTC.
Kit.
KITT getting a small pop, testing resistance. That's KITT. And not a whole lot of range on KITT this morning. Same with OMEX in the last, say, hour or so. We haven't had a whole lot of range to be trading. So just trading what's in front of us, guys. And again, you know, last thing I want to do is overtrade on a Friday. Give back our profit on the week, right? That's the last thing we want to do. And for those listening on YouTube Live, thank you for joining in, guys. This is a something that we're hosting for the last 2 weeks. This is the final day this week. If you want to join in, I'm live every day in our Discord, Monday through Friday, starting at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. OMEX is on watch here, watching OMEX for a possible trade again. And again, we'll trade smaller size if trading OMEX. This will be high risk. So at this point, trading smaller size now. Watching OMEX for a possible setup. We'll have to stay above 145. Want to see it close over 150 on the 1 minute chart here. 1 minute candle, looking for it to close over 150. 10 seconds on that candle.
DLR Digital
And
Realty
did not
Trust.
close over the
Shares
150
hitting
yet.
new highs
watching
now at
here.
$160
Watching
1
on
cent.
OMEX for a break of highs.
Following the
Watching for a
company's
break of
earnings
highs.
report last night. That's Delta Lima Romeo. Up about right now $6.26.
No position for myself at this time. Watching
That's
OMEX.
Delta
What
Lima
I'd love
Romeo
to see is the
DLR.
1 minute candle close over 150 here, guys. So I want to see the 1 minute chart reclaim the 150 level. We've got about 15 minutes until market open. We'll be shutting down our live YouTube stream around 9:30, and we'll continue our Discord stream as usual until about 10 a.m. Eastern time. I am green on the day. OMEX is the only stock I've traded multiple trades on this one, and not every trade has been green, guys. A couple red trades as well gave back some profit, but proud to say small profit protection mode is on for this Friday session and carrying over my cushion from this week into today's session, so able to take lower quality type setups if I choose to. Now, of course, I'm always looking for a high quality type setup, but we don't always get it, right? So we're just trading what's in front of us. So the scanners will identify where's the value in this market. From there, we pull it up on the charts. We then see our indicators and see, is it going to aid us in entry and exit? Is it a good setup, a low quality setup? What is it, right? That's our indicators. Then it's on us as the trader to be disciplined and patient. If we can stay patient and disciplined for our setup, then we can stay consistent and have those consistent results. OMEX still watching here, and I'm not really interested in OMEX unless the 1 minute candle can close over 150 and hold that level. So watching OMEX on the 1 minute chart. Friendly reminder to drink those coffees and teas before they go cold. OMEX is testing resistance. That's OMEX.
OMEX, OMEX,
Watching OMEX.
OMEX, OMEX, OMEX,
Getting a pop here, OMEX. And want to be careful here, guys. We've got 30 seconds on the candle, so it might just rip right through the highs there, 152.
OMEX,
OMEX is on watch here for a possible setup. Watching 20
OMEX.
seconds on this candle. I do not want to get caught in a false break. I want to see it close over 150 and hold that level. So watching here. We'll trade smaller size. Doesn't matter how much I love this setup. It is not my A+ setup. So close over 150 is what I'm looking for.
OMEX
here. 10 seconds on this candle.
OMEX,
Watching OMEX here for
OMEX.
a possible trade.
OMEX,
In OMEX, small size. We'll take a small lotto here, OMEX. Cutoff is 145. Anything under 145 I will cut, no exceptions. That's OMEX in small size. And looking for this to rip through the...
Find it first scanner alert.
R2,
RETO on the scanners, RETO. That's RETO, low volume, RETO. Holding on OMEX, holding. Under 145, I will cut, no exceptions, guys. 145 is my cutoff. Under 145, I will cut.
RETO, Reto Echo Solutions, getting a pop here on small volume. Right now, hitting a high of $6.50. That's Romeo Echo Tango Oscar.
RETO charts in chat. OMEX looking for a squeeze through 152 to start taking profit, guys, on OMEX. Holding my position here. If we start to come under 145, 146, there's room for concern. Looking for a pop here through 152.
OMEX,
And there's 151. I am green on this position, just holding. 152 will start taking profit if we start to rip through 152.
R2,
Testing
Major red
152
flag
now,
spotted.
Looking for a squeeze through 152 on OMEX, holding.
R2, R2,
RETO testing high 650. Taking some profit on OMEX if I get filled at the 152.
OMEX, R2,
And struggling to get filled here.
R2, OMEX,
OMEX testing highs 152.
OMEX,
And looking to take some profit here on this move. There we go. Out 50%. OMEX out 50%. Just taking a small scalp here. And there we go.
OMEX,
OMEX.
OMEX,
90%
OMEX,
160
OMEX.
squeeze. There we go.
OMEX,
Out 90%.
OMEX.
Now. So what I like to do, guys, is
Retail.
lock in my profit and hold the lotto for
$1.60.
continuation.
OMEX,
If it continues,
R2,
great. Icing
Oscar
on the
Michael
cake.
Echo
If
X-ray.
not, guess what? I'll stay
OMEX,
The market
R2.
cannot have my profit back.
OMEX.
The number one thing that we're always focused on, guys, is risk mitigation,
OMEX.
right? When we're trading low float stocks, risk mitigation is number one.
OMEX.
160 new highs,
Retoo.
OMEX.
Major red
this thing
flag
can
spotted.
squeeze. This is gonna
OMEX.
continue now.
OMEX.
161. At this point, guys, we need to
OMEX.
stay above 150.
OMEX.
161 testing highs.
OMEX.
Squeezing into highs,
OMEX.
161. That's OMEX.
OMEX. OMEX.
10 minutes until market open. 10 minutes until market open. Sorry, guys, we've got 10 minutes here. And still green. If you're green on OMEX, not a bad idea to lock in some profit, right? On OMEX. Just holding a lotto here on OMEX. Just holding a lotto. And didn't get a great fill either, guys. So a fill around 150, but taking the profit as I see it. Currently up over 5%. If you're green, not a bad idea to lock in profit. I have secured profit. I will remain green on this trade, and that is the goal here, guys. So locking in my profit on this Friday. Proud to say profit protection mode is on. Quick scalps adding up, but last thing I want to do is wash it out with a large loss. So I want to stick to the strategy, stick to the rules set in place for a reason. OMEX working out for us. And still holding here. I still believe that this is going to squeeze through highs.
OMEX.
I don't trade on my beliefs or my hope, guys. I trade with the strategy in front of us. New highs here, 162. Anything under 153, I will cut. There's 165, squeezing into highs, over 8% of this trade. If you're green, not a bad idea to lock in profit. Another big win for us here, 8% on OMEX.
OMEX. OMEX.
OMEX now needs to stay above 155.
OMEX. OMEX.
Under 155 is bearish. We need to stay above
OMEX.
155.
OMEX. Retoo. OMEX.
OMEX testing highs now. That's OMEX testing highs. Around 165. If we pull back here, guys, if we start to pull back under 155, I will cut my lotto. Just holding a lotto here. I will remain green on OMEX. So for those listening in on YouTube, guys, thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining us this week and last week as well. I'll do this again in the future, but I'm going to focus on our group next week. We have live trading sessions every day starting around 7 a.m. Eastern time. I go over my trades live in chat, live in voice, and go over my profit targets, the entry level I'm looking to take, the level. A lot of times what I'm doing is trying to give you as much information about my trade before I take my trade. That way you're well informed. That way you're not, just sitting there buying when I buy and selling when I sell. So I really don't recommend and don't want anybody
Major red flag
to
spotted.
buy when I buy or sell when I sell. That's not the point. What I want to do is express my my thoughts and feelings through these trades and share that with our
OMEX.
community. That way you guys have
Major
an
red
understanding
flag
of how I
spotted.
navigate through low flow trading. It's not the
OMEX.
only way to do it. There is plenty of ways to trade stocks, but when it comes to low flow
OMEX.
stocks, for me, risk mitigation is number one. I have tried many other strategies and they just didn't work for me. So for me, I try to keep it as simple as possible, and that's what we're doing here. OMEX is now testing highs at 165, and I'm currently up just about 10% on this trade. If you're green, not a bad idea to lock in some profit. I'm holding a lotto on OMEX and now hitting 10% on this trade. So another nice lotto this morning for us. I'll put this in chat. So lotto rise here, 10%.
OMEX.
Lotto now 11%. Love it.
OMEX.
Seeing a bullish vertical trend.
OMEX.
Popping to new highs 168. This is that
OMEX.
squeeze momentum we were looking for. OMEX is
OMEX.
from our confirmation squeeze potential
OMEX.
levels today. So if you check our squeeze
OMEX.
potential channel, you'll see all the key levels listed, and OMEX is in that
OMEX.
channel. So we are well aware that this is the one
OMEX.
to watch, right? So we're not
OMEX.
watching the wrong stock or trading the wrong stock.
OMEX.
We're focused on the right
Major
stock.
red flag
OMEX.
spotted.
OMEX testing highs now
OMEX.
169. New highs
OMEX.
169 OMEX. Just
OMEX.
under 12%. If you're green, not a bad idea to lock in profit.
OMEX.
At this point, needs to stay above 160. Anything below 160 is considered bearish momentum. Testing highs 169 on OMEX. We're looking for this to continue and squeeze. This is confirmation and continuation. The only thing I don't like about OMEX is the fact that it started under $1. That is the only red flag that I see here. And holding here under 160, I will cut. Under
Re2.
160, I will cut my lotto. No exceptions. 160. Nice, Kimo. Sorry, just saw your message. Awesome. Nice. Green on the day. So red to green today, Kamos. Love that. That is the best feeling, I think. There's nothing better than going from red to green on the day, guys. I think that is such a rewarding feeling. That just tells you, you know what that tells you, Kamos? It just tells you that you're staying diligent and you're staying persistent to your rules. You're staying consistent. So
Pony.
you know just as much as I do, red trades, they will happen. Red days, they can happen as well, right? It's on us to keep those as small as possible and maximize our profit when we can. So I think that's really awesome. Love to see that, guys. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that's a really good point, guys. And Kamos, thank you for sharing that. That's a really good point. Mentioned because he cut the loss early. And that's exactly right. You have to cut those losses.
Ben
in my
Zinga
opinion
market
anyways,
update,
in my
S&P
experience.
futures
Cut the
down
losses
2.50,
quick,
the
right?
Dow
You can always
futures down
add back later. You can
105.
always get back in. OMEX,
NASDAQ
multiple
is
trades
down
this morning.
28. Crude is down 49
If we
cents
pull
at
back under 160, I will cut,
$62.30.
guys.
Natural
160
gas
is my
down
cutoff.
4 cents at $2.89. Gold is down 67.30 at 32.8110. Bitcoin futures up 825
Ditto,
at
Kamos. Really appreciate your
95,285.
time. Yeah, thank you, Kamos. Really appreciate it, guys. We've got a great team here. No position for myself. And those for you listening on YouTube stream, guys, join in. You can join our Discord at bullishboblive.com. I go over my trades live every single day. OMEX still holding this position. Finger on the sell hockey, though. If we start to come under 160, that's it. That's my cutoff. So riding up with this trade on OMEX is working out for us. But if we pull back under 160, that's going to be I'll cut the position. And that doesn't mean just because we fail 160 that the move is completely over, right? We just want to set alerts for the key level. So 160, if we fail that level, that's it for me. I'll use the 1 minute Bullish Pivot Pro to aid an entry and exit after that if still trading. So just want to focus on risk mitigation, number one, and retaining profit. And for those listening on YouTube Live, just sharing the link there in the chat. All out on OMEX, all out.
Find it for
ALDX.
scanner alert.
All out, OMEX, all out. No position for myself at this time, all out.
Pony.
ALDX on the scanners. ALDX seeing low volume.
Pony.
On ALDX, seeing low volume ticker ALDX.
CL, Colgate,
Pony.
Palmolive, companies. Shares moving here now, 96.21.
And seeing a large flow on this one as well.
Following their earnings
Or
report,
larger flow,
that's
excuse me.
Charlie Lima.
This is on ALDX. All right, guys, bear with me for a second. Going to be shutting down the YouTube live stream. For those listening in, thank you so much for joining in this week, guys. If you want to join in every day live in our community, we are live starting at 7 a.m. Eastern Time in our Discord. You can visit bullishboblive.com. Much appreciate your time, guys. Much appreciate your help this week. Hope everyone made some money, and retaining that profit is number one. That should be your goal going through the weekend. I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I'll see you in the chats. Thanks, guys.